Before I got to the river where the Yerba Santa is growing, these are some of the beautiful sights that I saw. I just had to share with y'all. I hope you enjoy this, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Yerba Santa herb. Oh, this camera aggravates me. I walked down here and thought I had the video going. Okay, I needed to come pick some Yerba Santa because my daughter and granddaughter had a cold. It has an affinity for the lungs. It really likes to help the lungs, but it helps the cold all the way around. As you can see, the leaves kind of look shiny. They're very thick. Sometimes of the year they feel really sticky. Right now they're not real sticky feeling. They almost look like they would be because they shine. But you want to pick the young leaves coming out will have a little bit more medicine. You just don't want to overpick a plant. These aren't the best. Further down, some of them are blooming. I'm going to walk down real quick and show you what the blooms look like on the Yerba Santa. Okay, Yerba Santa. These are the blossoms. Native Americans use this plant a lot. And I can't remember what I said in the picture that didn't come up and the one that did. But anyway, I know they're in the Sierra Nevadas. And this is down more, well, kind of the foothills by the river over there. But this is what the blossoms look like. Actually, they're kind of pretty, aren't they? So, very, very wonderful herb. Very medicinal. Very, very good herb, especially to help with colds. So, it's not something that I take all the time. I save this for when someone is sick. Hi, it's the next morning, pretty early, and I had such a good time yesterday. The place where I go to get the Yerba Santa, you go into this, it's a private park, but they have it open during the day. They don't even charge. They do if you camp overnight, but just for day use, they don't even charge. It's almost like a microclimate for this area. If you noticed all the pictures, how lush and green and big wild kind of ponds and that little inlets from the river. And it's just big trees everywhere. And it's like this microclimate of a little mini Garden of Eden or something. It is so beautiful there. And then you walk out way up, and you go way down, and you go down to the river. And along the river is the Yerba Santa. And, oh my goodness, I just enjoyed the day so much. And then from there, we had all 3 dogs, and we went for a ride up and into the mountains. And there's a place that I know about where the creek goes over the road. It's a dirt road, and there's not one vehicle came through there while we were there. And it was really neat. We let the dogs out and play in the water. And I had taken some snacks and things to drink on water and tea and different things. And then throughout the day, we'd had those, I think, up at the that little mini Garden of Eden. It was so beautiful. We ate up there, and I brought treats for the dogs, and they ate. And that was earlier. And then later in the day, on the way home from the mountains, there's a little mountain store by where I used to live. Oh, and I talked to some people that I used to know when I lived up there, and along the way that I seen out in their yard and different things. I mean, it was just such a wonderful day. And then we came down to the little mountain store, and they make these fantastic sandwiches that are so good. And they had little cream cheese pies, the little pies, and they had little pieces of different types of pies and stuff there too. So it was also really good. So got that, and then went back down to the little creek that runs. No, we didn't go back. We were talked about it. Where did we go? We went to there's a little community center there, and I used to run the library in the building when I lived up there for a while. I ran it after Bunny did. And anyway, they have a big park there. And it's in the mountains, though. It's not a huge park. You have to understand, for that area, it would be big. It's the only park there because it's just a little mountain area. Anyway, it was just, we had our sandwiches and pie, and I don't know, it was just such a wonderful day. And I got my herb too because I was running really, really low, and it was a couple years old. And so, what I'm doing now, this is a leaf I wanted to show you. And if you can see, the edges are kind of serrated. To me, it feels like a piece of leather. Now, some people say the underneath side, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little lighter colored. They say it's woolly. It doesn't feel woolly to me. Maybe it's at a time of year I've never picked it or something that it feels woolly. I don't know where they're getting that because this is not woolly. It just feels like a piece of leather. It really does. And it's almost kind of stretchy. It did break, but there's a little bit of a stretch to it. I don't know how you would explain the smell. It's just a fresh, but different. I don't know. It smells really, really good. I'm getting ready to lay these out on I'm not going to put them in the dryer. I think they'll dry just fine. But they kind of grow on these little things that come out in the little leaves. And then some of the leaves come off the main stem, but that's because the big stem hasn't grown out yet. But these little stems are they're not right across from each other. They're up a little bit, and it just they're staggered. So I'm going to go ahead and dry these. I did get a couple of the plants. Now, they do say this plant can be evasive and really take over, but it's such a wonderful plant. It's good for tummy aches. It's really mainly known and good for colds to help you breathe easier and stuff. And some people like it just in their landscape because of the beautiful little flowers. They can be anywhere from white to purple. Those ones that I showed you, what were they? They were more of I don't know, kind of a lavender blue or something. They're just pretty. But they do warn it could be evasive. I don't care. I'm going to have them anyway because it's such a medicinal plant. And I just wanted to show you some of that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these leaves because they kind of they don't really feel sticky so much right now, but yet they stick together really. They really stick together. So I got to kind of pull them apart and smooth them out and lay them out so they'll dry. These you can make into a tea. You can actually chew a leaf for pleasure. Let me make sure there's no bugs or nothing on this. Honey went through these since I brought them home. It's just the next morning. Okay, see. You can see I'm putting it in my mouth. Let's see. It's kind of chewy. You know, I've never really chewed a raw leaf. I always dried the leaves and made a tea. Ooh. Well, it's fun to chew them. It's almost like chewing gum. But wow. I would have to get used to that. It leaves kind of a sticky on my teeth. I don't think I like chewing them. I was just thinking, I know some people, the Native Americans in California really, really like this plant. I guess for pleasure they used to chew these leaves. And I was going to tell you about some of the different things, and I thought, well, I've never even chewed a leaf. How can I tell you about it if I've not done it? I can taste the medicine. These leaves are potently full of medicine right now. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, woo. That is strong. Gosh, I can't even talk this morning. It's still early. Bear with me. Yerba Santa is actually a Spanish name. And Yerba meaning herb and Santa meaning holy. And it meant the holy, if you translated it, would mean the holy herb. The natives in California really liked this plant. And most people don't even know about it today. You could also make an extract from it, like a tincture type thing, and put it on poison oak. And I bet they did that because there's a lot of poison oak in these hills. One thing that you could do, you could make a poultice. And if you get like a bone fracture, you know how over time, like arthritis, the old folks used to call it rheumatism, would set in old wounds. Well, when the natives got a bone fracture or something, they would make like a poultice, apparently. I wasn't there, it's just things I've read. If I might have Native American in me, I wasn't alive back then. I'm old, but not that old. But from what I've read, they made a poultice and put above the bone break, just right above it, so that the arthritis or whatever wouldn't set in where the break was at, which I thought that was kind of interesting. I think if we knew some of the things the Native Americans knew, we might not have some of the physical problems that we do today. And you can also use it on like flesh wounds too, or sore muscles. Make a poultice and put it on your sore muscles. Some people, I guess they smoked it for like asthma, and maybe some people do that today. I don't know if the Native Americans did. I guess that's people probably I would think of today. I don't know if I never heard of Native Americans having asthma. But if they did, they probably used this plant because they would know more about it than us. And they say that the bees, those pretty blossoms I showed you, and there was a bee flying around my hand there. They say the honey from that, if there's really a spicy honey, I bet that would be a very medicinal honey. Probably put that. Honey is good on wounds anyway, and if it was made from the Yerba Santa, man, that would be really medicinal. But yeah, just a few things about that herb, Santa Yerba. And I think that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. I just took a few pictures and put before I got started on this of some of the area there. I should have photographed some about the creek going through the road. That was later in the day, and we went up in the mountains where all the big trees are and stuff. But I'm going to take you out and see my plants that I planted. So keep watching. Oh, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up too. But anyway, here we go. Okay. Well, they say it's a pretty prolific plant, or as far as being evasive. I hope it's strong and tough because it's going to have to out-evade all these weeds. Okay, so I have one plant there and one plant over here. I'm really excited about this. I hope it does grow and has lots of babies. See, this is one big stem, and there's a young one coming off from it. This was coming out of the ground. There's not many roots because it was in the dry, rocky, dry ground, and I couldn't get down very far. Same thing here. There was a big plant coming up and then little ones growing out the bottom. So I broke off the top plant so that the little ones could grow and be strong. So we'll see how it does down here in the valley. It was kind of in the valley there where I got it by the river. It was just starting to go up into the hills. So, I was thinking as I was walking out here, I've got some problems up in my gums. I wonder if I chewed on that, if that would help that. It's very medicinal. I still have that flavor from chewing on that leaf in my mouth. I bet that'd be good for the teeth. Maybe I should chew on it, whether it's strong or not. That is really potent. I'm used to those old leaves. Now, the tea is not bad, but just chewing on a brand new young leaf coming out, woo! You talk about full of medicine. I could taste that stuff. But yeah, I hope it can overcome all these weeds that are in here. I was so tired. I had went to the Cool April Nights car show. It's a huge thing. They have all kinds of stuff. And we walked and walked and walked and walked and walked yesterday, or Saturday. And then Sunday was up in the hills enjoying the afternoon up there and getting my herb and stuff. So yeah, it was really nice. I was really tired, but I still needed to get this planted, not let those roots come on back out of the way. Not let those roots get too dried out. I like to get them in the ground. So I was pretty tired, but I got out here and got them planted. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this video and something about Yerba Santa. I don't know if you're not in California. I don't know if where you would get it other than you might be able to order it offline. I'm not sure if it grows anywhere else. From what I've been told that people that live here that use it, this is the only place it grows. But for those of you that are in California, if anybody from California watches this video, I don't think anybody's watching it right now. Doesn't appear to be, but that's okay. A few of you, I think, maybe are. I have got, some of you have been wonderful to leave comments and give me a thumbs up and to share my channel. I know a couple of you that have shared my channel. I really, really appreciate that. I'm so thankful that some of you are enjoying this. Not everybody is into the herbs and stuff, I understand. So this channel will probably never get huge, but I do put other things besides herbs. And I try to make it just enjoyable to watch. So I really hope that you enjoy my videos. I like to share the beauty of the earth with you. And other things, the critters and all of that. And anyway, I will just shut up now, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye, you guys.